And welcome back. Of course, he's here more than just a pretty face. He's here to talk about speaking legal.
Yeah.
You ready for this?
I'm ready, yeah.
This is the kind of thing that I think every parent goes, if it happens or they think if it happened. Here we go. A police officer has called asking to talk to our son. Son's a college student, but won't tell us anything other than it's about something that happened at a party. We don't know what to do. Should he talk to them? Should we talk to them or not?
Yeah, I kind of have a standard answer whenever the police come and want to have a conversation.
I think I've heard it, but
yeah,
go ahead.
It's no.
Yeah.
No thanks. We're not going to talk.
Yeah.
We're not going to make any statements.
Okay, but there's a little fear involved there sometimes. You say
absolutely.
You say no, you go, now what's going to happen?
Well, what's usually going to happen, and it depends on how serious they are and what they actually think your involvement is, but it would not be uncommon for them to at least threaten to take you to the police station and be under arrest or be in custody. That would not be an unusual response to refusing to speak to the police at that point. Of course, they've got to have probable cause to do that, so it depends on whatever other evidence they might have. But there's just a real danger in speaking to the police, and I want to be real clear about this. Honestly, if you really did it, if you're really guilty, you probably have less to lose by speaking to the police than if you're not guilty. It just happens.
That seems counterintuitive.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I get it that it does, but so there's maybe sort of an ethical background. Say, hey, if you're guilty, then you're guilty, and whatever happens is going to happen. And likely they already know that you're guilty before they want to talk to you. What they're really looking for is a confession. Because it's a whole lot easier for a prosecutor to make their case with a confession than without a confession. The problem comes in when people either are totally not guilty, or when, they might be guilty of something lesser, but in talking with the police, things get jumbled around, misinterpreted and all that, and you end up in a lot more trouble than you should have been or otherwise would have been had you not making a statement to the police.
You can't take one of those back after they're made.
You absolutely can't take it back. And here's what I always tell people, if I can ever talk to them in time, and oftentimes it's too late, is I say, listen, you can always confess later. You can always plead guilty later. You can always tell your story later. The important thing is we want to tell your story, right or wrong, at the right time. And it's almost never to the police. That's almost never the right time to tell your story. And here's the problem. Let's say you are completely innocent. Okay? And let's say you tell your side of the story. Well, let's say the police officer misremembers what you told them, or writes it down wrong, and then later you're being prosecuted for this, you tell your same story in court, and the police officer says, well, that's not what he told me. So now we've got a credibility problem, because now it sounds like you lied to the police, even though you didn't, because of some other very human mistake.
Right.
So let's say that perhaps your interview's being recorded. Well, now you don't have to worry about the police misremembering it. You've got it recorded, maybe even on video. So your exact words are going to be there. We don't have to worry about any type of those type of mistakes. Well, what happens if somebody else comes in and says something contradictory to what you said? And so now you're in court, you give your statement, and somebody else says, no, I saw something different than that. Once again, your credibility is in trouble, even though you were telling the truth, and even though you told it to the police, and even though your statement was recorded, because of somebody else's mistake, you now look guilty because you're in contradiction with somebody else.
Well, and what I'm not hearing, you're not trying to set up anything adversarial here with the police. It's just there are ways to make things work the right way.
Right, and nothing about what I'm saying is saying that the police are doing anything intentionally wrong. There's nothing about that at all. It's just there are so many things that can go wrong when an innocent person makes a truthful statement because of what other people can do, things that are outside your control. That's why it's really important to save our statements, if we're under any scrutiny, for the right time and the right place.
All right, I'm going to make a statement. You tell me if it's right or wrong. You know, if it was really important, they wouldn't call me, they would come and see me.
I don't think that's true at all.
Okay, so don't assume it can't be a big deal.
No, because a lot of times they'll call you and say, hey, I just want you to come down and I just need to get your statement.
Yeah.
I won't say don't fall for that, but...
Well, but it's not necessarily they're going to pound on your door or anything.
No.
If they're contacting you, know what you need to do. Find an attorney.
Yeah, it's an extremely, extremely rare circumstance where you can help yourself out if you're an innocent person by making a statement to the police.
All right. There's why you find an attorney. If you have a legal question for Will, you can email him at wworsham@color10.com, and of course, he'll answer the question, as he just did, right on the show. Up next, the other side of the dynamic duo. Bruce Porter joins us to talk dollars and maybe a little bit of cents, so make sure to stick around. Dollars and Cents is next.